So you want German citizenship, but do you actually qualify for it? This is the part where most people discover surprises that can delay their application by months or even years. In this episode, I'll break down the eligibility criteria in a simple way based on the recent updates of German naturalization law. And if you are unsure, I hope I would answer all the questions you have so far. So let's start from the absolute basics. To qualify for German citizenship, you need to meet 6 main requirements. Some are easy, and some require more time to plan everything in advance and to be not caught off guard. Let's go through each of them one by one. The requirements number 1 is the valid residence timeline. This is foundation. Your time committed living in one country continuously and legally, covering all the necessary contribution, mandatory medical insurance, all necessary expenses related to your life in this country, that's what matters the most. And if during these timelines you switch your visas multiple times, for example, being a student, then working on the working visa, then changing to the blue card, then to permanent residence, that's totally normal. Just make sure that timelines are continuous. And by the way, my very first video in this playlist explained all about the timelines according to the recent law changes clearly, so feel free to watch that separately. And we are moving on to the requirements number 2 is financial stability. And I must say, this is really important one. You must show that you can support yourself without government benefit. That means a steady job or self-employment with a stable income, or you a partner who can support the household. It's not recommended to apply for the German citizenship when you are on probation time, or if you foresee any layoffs at your current job, you better hurry up with the application process before any drastic changes happen to your career. Even if you will be impacted by any massive firing, you will have around a half a year of financial regular income connected to your severance package. More on this topic I talked already on the separate video, so also you can check it if it's something that is interesting to you. But the main thing that you should remember, receiving Bürgergeld or long-term public benefits can delay or block your eligibility. So apply for the citizenship when you have a stable financial situation. And yes, by the way, short-term support like Elterngeld is usually fine and don't cause any harm to the naturalization process. And moving on to the third requirements is no major criminal record. And before you skip this part, I want to make you aware that yes, of course, parking fines won't cause troubles, but driving drunk or making serious offenses as a driver or being involved into random financial crimes can cause issues. This is usually straightforward for most people, but still, it's important for me to bring this topic so you understand the consequences. Requirement number 4 is the German language level at least B1 minimum. You must prove B1 German with an official certificate provided by Goethe Institute or TELC. But there is one observation. I've seen many people applying for German citizenship. I assume the higher level of German you have, the faster you get through the process. In my last video in the series, I promise I'll share with you all the stories I've collected on how quickly people got through their process and got their German passports, and I'm pretty sure you will be shocked. Moving on to the 5th requirement is the mandatory integration test. Einbürgerungstest. This is a quick multiple choice test with 33 questions, and those questions are given out of 330 general questions about Germany as the country, including information about the rights, obligation, the structure of the political system, and other important topics you need to know actually about the country you choose as your new home. And I can say from my personal experience that if you lived in Germany for a few years, trust me, you should be fine. But of course, there is a tip. Actually, you can practice all of the exact questions online completely for free. They are available in German, so you can take as many times as you need to practice them all and feel yourself comfortable. I'm going to talk about that in details in one of the other videos on my series, so stay tuned. And last but not least, requirements number 6 is your commitment to the Constitution of Germany. At your final appointment, you will sign up the declaration confirming your support the democratic values of Germany. It's standard, nothing scary, but I'll share with you more on how the whole process looks like from the real life experience. For now, you should just know that this is very logical part of the deal. And before I wrap up this video, I want to briefly list the most common surprises kind of thing people discover when they get rejected from the immigration office, when they change jobs too often. This is in general not a problem, but if you have gaps or unstable income in the last 12 months, immigration office may ask questions or require extra documents, so be aware about that. Another pitfall is if you left Germany for more than 6 months continuously. In this case, your residence might have been paused, so this shocks many people, especially those who are digital nomads, so be aware about that as well. Also, surprisingly, very common issue, people apply without having B1 German language skill yet and get rejected. This is number one reason why people aren't ready for German citizenship. And if that's you, don't stress, it's fixable. You just need to start preparing early enough to have enough time for all the steps. It's not that hard to get B1 in German if you know what to do, and more on that I will share in this series. And sometimes you can get rejected if you are, for example, self-employed, but your income is fluctuating. They may ask you for additional tax returns, invoices, revenue proofs, or the business plan itself. It's absolutely doable, but requires more paperwork. Now that you know whether you're qualified, the next steps is to understand what documents do you actually need for your German citizenship application. And let me tell you, German bureaucracy loves documents. In the next episode, I'll walk you through the complete document checklist, including the ones no one tells you about until the very last moment, so I know how overwhelming the immigration process can be. And if you want to keep up moving towards your German citizenship with confidence, stay tuned. And of course, feel free to watch the other videos that are already available on my channel. Take care and see you very soon. Bye bye.